Hello, how are you? Amanda, Seint Artist. We're gonna do our brows. I wanna show how I draw my brows on every day. Every day I do the same thing for my brows and it works for me and I like my eyebrows. So I use a line brush. This is my nice dirty line brush. It has a teeny tiny angle, which is great for making hair flicks. We're gonna need some setting spray. Where is my setting spray? Oh, I know where it is. I want to use my Seint setting spray, which is in my brush holder. I was showing how great a brush holder is. Okay, and notice I took it out of the brush holder and you didn't hear brushes spilling all over the place. I mean, the puppy's full. Anyway, okay, so I keep a small compact. You can put your eyebrows in your compact. If you are keeping your eyebrows in your compact, I recommend lining them up on the top layer because it has the mirror. So that's what I would recommend. I like to get all up in my business. So I have a small palette. If you have a palette 4 or a demi palette 6, it's a great option for keeping your brows. So what I'm gonna do is I will color match your brows if you want me to. I personally use 2 colors. I go between Trust, this dark brown, and Oak. And both are really great. They're a little bit different. And then Brow Wax, mine, I definitely need more, whatever. So the first thing I do is I comb my brows and I get them all in place. And then I'm gonna take my line brush and I'm gonna go into Trust and I'm gonna start at the bottom corner here and I'm gonna draw a hard line. I'm just outlining my brows on the bottom only. And I just draw this line, I extend my tail. Don't bring your tail down, bring it out. It gives your eyes some lift. It makes it look a little bit more youthful if you have maturing lids. The next thing I do is I add a little bit more. It's an add as you go, tap off the excess. I go 1/4 of the way in, and on the top, I do the same thing, and I draw an outline of my brows. Just like that. I don't do this weird thing that you see people do. I just follow where my hairs are growing in, and then I fill in just the tail portion, and I leave the front alone. Just like that. Okay, next, I'm going to do the other side, because we're going to wet the brush. We're going to draw that hard line starting at the bottom corner, coming up and over, up, over, extending that tail, pulling it straight out. My hair's in the way, pulling it straight out instead of down. I know a lot of us have gotten into the habit of going down. Do not. It'll pull everything else down with it. 1/4 of the way in, drawing that outer line and meeting the tail. And then fill in your tail with a dry brush. Okay, so this is where we wet the brush. I'm gonna take my setting spray, I'm gonna spray my angle end. And when you spray your brush, all it does is it deepens the color. I need a rag. It deepens the color. So I'm using Trust, I'm gonna dip in with my wet brush, and this is gonna create hair flicks. So on the front, I wanna square it off with hair flicks, and all I'm doing is adding these hair flicks and filling it in on the front, just like that, up, getting those flicks. You don't need to go buy one of those flick pens. You can easily do it with your line brush, just like that. I'm gonna take this, spray it also with setting spray on the spoolie, and we're gonna rub it into our brow wax, which is activated by moisture, and then we're gonna comb the hairs up, and all this does is it picks up excess powder that are on your hairs, gets them in place, but it also gives everything a good little blend. And that's my brows. So I have that wet angle going into Trust, tapping off any excess, flick at the front right here to square it off, and then just add your hair strokes and fill it in on the front. And that's it. That's how I do my brows every day. You don't want your front corner to be squared off. You want it to look pretty natural. Grabbing some brow wax and then combing through, combing up at the front, and then combing across on the tail. And that's how I draw on my brows. I like them. I think they look nice. They're structured, they're full. I mean, I was an overplucker, so my tails are sparse. But that's how I do my brows. I do get asked quite often, so I try to update it every couple months. And that is it. And have a great day.